Welcome back to the Gear Shelf. In this episode, I'm going to be showcasing how you can media manage your projects in DaVinci Resolve. I wish I knew this sooner. Basically, we can take all of the raw footage that we shot and only keep the stuff we used in the timeline. That way we can save on archive drive space and we can offload this project for good. Alright, let's get started. Basically, this was a spec ad that I shot back in October of last year. It's very over. I don't need any of this footage anymore. I will need the footage for my demo reel, but I want to keep an archive of the project. Basically, if we go in here, we can go to File, Media Management, and we get revealed this beautiful dialog box. There's kind of three main sections. There's entire project, timelines, and clips. I'm going to showcase what I prefer. But first off, if you wanted the entire project and you wanted to just keep all that media, you could just flat out keep all the media and choose your file, and DaVinci Resolve will move all of the stuff that's in your project, whether it's referenced from different hard drives, your desktop, your downloads. This is a good way if you want to keep your entire project how it is and just move it to another drive. However, it does take a minute because it's verifying the files. What I would recommend personally is you do used media and keep trimming handles. So basically, you're going to keep 48 of all the media that you use. You're going to keep the 48 frame handles. However, as you can see, we're not really reducing our file size here. So for me, now if you want to really reduce the file size, you could do transcode, which is right here. This would be if you were shooting, let's say, an H.265 and you wanted to transcode it into ProRes or something. That would trim about half of your space, roughly, which isn't a bad option. However, because I shoot in RAW, I prefer to keep my RAW media. So if you look right here, the final timeline ended up being 15-second cut idea. So if we go down here, we select that, and now we can just use used media and trim those frame handles. So we basically got 2 seconds on both ends of the clip that we're keeping. And that's all you would do. Now, sometimes there's other timelines, like let's say we had another edit that we liked. We can keep that as well. And that's very flexible. See, we cut down from literally about 90 gigs earlier all the way down to 11 gigs. So this is kind of my go-to. Now, sometimes there's stuff that you want to keep that's not there. I would just have a selects timeline. I sometimes do that, not on this project, but that's what I would do. Now you just choose your destination where you want to keep it. Ideally, this would be your archive drive. Let's just do this for an example. Yeah, we're just going to do that, and we're going to start. Yeah, so if you go over to some other projects that I have archived, basically, I just take that and I archive it, and it has all of the rough footage, and then it has the project. So I've done this many times, whether it's in DaVinci or Premiere, and it's a pretty straightforward. As you can see, these were just the raw transcodes, which is an option, but you can also just, cut the footage or do whatever you want with it. So that's a rough overview of how I media manage my projects in DaVinci Resolve. If you're interested in more videos like this, stay tuned. I am posting weekly, and I'll see you next week.